Welcome to a DyFhijackanory, funky kind of story. Remember this bit. In ancient Babylon, the term used to describe the Anunnaki was Ser, which translated means dragon or big serpent. The ancient Anunnaki god of Enki was believed to have belonged to the so-called Brotherhood of the Snake. The symbol associated with Enki was the two coiled snakes of the caduceus, a symbol associated with our current medical symbol. Yeah, a symbol associated with our current medical symbol. I've just put this clip in here because the screen-o-matic at the bottom left of the screen covers out the words towards the end. Yeah, which is here. A symbol associated with our current medical symbol. Basically, yeah, the reptilian nature of the Anunnaki is the drawing of the serpent around the NHS symbol. Okay. So, with our current medical symbol. Alright, the Anunnaki. The reptilian genetic symbol indicating similarities with the human DNA. Spiritual knowledge in ancient times in different cultures. The coiled snake symbolized knowledge and spiritual wisdom. However, there are many specific traits of the ancient Anunnaki that we have seen. Mysterious bag the ancient Anunnaki depict is without a doubt one of the most mysterious traits representing the ancient Anunnaki. Basically, the symbol of our NHS, yeah, has the serpent snake coiled round, and it goes back a very long way. Yeah, there's a couple of things about the ancient code of the Anunnaki. Now just remember the word Anunnaki, okay, and I'll go back and show you how it's all formed. Right, let's look at the word Zeneka. A submission from Australia says the name Zeneka means from and of the stars. According to a user from Nevada, US, the name Zeneka means one with the stars. A user from the United Kingdom says the name Zeneka means dimension of Anunnaki existence. So you've got Zeneka connected to Anunnaki. So we're going into the period now, whether you believe it or not, of landing on Mars. You know, like they did when they landed on the moon. Boing, 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 boing. They're going to DPI you, yeah, with very detailed graphics while they all land on the blinking Mars, right? That's basically another expansion of your brain, of your humanity, because they've basically filled in the concept of expanding your brain when you're thinking about landing on the bloody moon. Now they've filled that in with bollocks, Mars bars, galaxy chocolate bars and crap. Yeah, they're going to now take you to bloody Mars, which means they're going to stretch your brains out. Stretching your brains out means inhibiting you, yeah, closing down your senses, locking you up, yeah, bondaging you up. So when you get released, you go out into their new world laid out for you, and your minds will be then attached to whatever's out there because of fear. Once your mind's being stretched by fear, you need somewhere to attach it to. Now they've taken that away from your kids because of the gender change within your schools, right? There's about, the NHS has accepted like 6 different blinking genders, and there's up to 100 genders. Yeah, they're playing with God, everybody. They want to change man into woman, woman into man. Yeah, they've got it all down, all the information down, and they're actually playing whatever they've got against your brains, basically. Manipulated by fear, the whole lot. So that's what it means by when they go to Mars and stars and stuff like that. They are going to fill in the question marks that us lot will never have the answers for, okay? And they do that by putting fear into you and such like. And when they put fear into you and divide you as well, they join you back together, and then you all go, yeah, great, right? It's manipulation of your mind to then expand a load of bullshit later on. And that's why Mars is ready to DPI your asses off. So they are, aren't they? Now let's look at the word Astra to Astra Zeneka. Eh? In Hinduism, an Astra, right? Yeah, it was a supernatural weapon. Yeah? a supernatural weapon presided over by a specific deity in imbued and spiritual and occult powers that cause this effect or impact. Later, the word came to denote any weapon which was used by releasing it from one's hand. Just like an injection, everybody. The Astra Zeneka. The big question marks from above come down and inject you because they want to divide you. They want to put you into fear. The lot. And they want you to basically kiss the feet of everything that has to do with where this agenda is coming from. Now, your children, right? They're going to be at school. Yeah? They're going to come out in the wide world after having face masks shoved on them and all that sort of stuff. They've been taught to accept. They've had the rug taken from under their feet, right? With just male and female. Think about it. These kids have grown up thinking there's 4 genders plus to 6. That's what the NHS accept. And they'll start talking about to those up to 100. Now, you put those kids, put face masks on them and all that. Don't worry about your own as adults, because adults, you just either work out or you don't. Who gives a shit? Because that's our attitude of how we've been brought up, everybody. But the kids in the school, they're putting fear into them, yeah? And they're going to be doing brain stuff and all the rest of it. For those kids, when they come out, they won't have like 2 legs to stand on. They'll have the rug taken from under their feet because they can't even attach themselves to just a man or a woman anymore. It's all to do with divide. It's all to do with breaking down your morals, the lot. Because this order puts your kids on a blinking psychological path, a gender-bending path, where if you go onto it, right, you've got a 60% chance of dying by the time you're 37. Yeah? Astra Zeneka, the weapon from the unknown stars coming down, given to you by hand and injected into your arm by the serpent manipulation of the bad side of our medical world. This gives you an idea of the serpent snake used. Now, the thing is, don't get me wrong, there's good and bad in both sides, but they're mixing everything up to create confusion so that parts of the agenda can stick itself to your ways of life and your system, right? Now, when you use the rainbow, yeah, away from the Bible, you're not allowed, well, not you're not allowed to do it, but it's against God's wishes, yeah? Do you want to check it out in the Bible about the rainbow? And when you use it as an agenda, an LGBT agenda, and behind that agenda, yeah, which is bad enough anyway, trying to change, man to woman, woman to man, with the underage. I'm not on about those who are like over 18 and that, yeah? I'm on about drip feeding our children through school into getting them to believe there's more than just man and woman. That is anti-God. Now, there is good in our NHS, do not get me wrong. Excellence, right? But they are doing excellence. They are busy all the time doing excellence. And this rainbow LGBT thing has creeped in. Now, you could also, well, that's fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. But what you've got to understand, even those folk in the LGBT community, behind your agenda is a pedophile agenda and child abuse. Because it is child abuse giving children hormones. It is child abuse to brainwash them into a path to then have 60% death rate by the 37, which leaves 40% left of life. The 40% you've got left either in pain, mental pain, both of it, and probably only a few percentage, 10%, get to be how they want to be. And we have to change all our kids like that, pull away the rug from under our feet from male and female, Adam and Eve. That is anti-God. There's no 50-50 with the devil, There's no 50-50 with good and bad. The balance of good and bad is you shove the bad right back down where Lucifer and further got shoved 10,000 years ago. You don't play let's chop kids' dicks and tits off with them, do you? And you don't shag them either. So let's have a look at this then, say. It's the Noah and the Rainbow Covenant, okay? Now, you don't have to believe in God or anything like that. What I'm saying is all the information that the world has about whatever, yeah, they're going to use it, manipulate it against their own people. Okay, that's why we've all been de-everything, really. Yeah, we've been ushered away from things that used to keep our 2 feet on the ground as a society and a peoples and a country, let's say. All humanity on earth, as well as the creatures of the land, were uprooted and destroyed by the waters of flood in Noah's time. Noah and his family alone, along with the selected animal species, remained afloat on the waters until God's fury subsided. The reason for the destruction was the disregard for the first 6 laws which God gave to Adam and Eve and their descendants. It took 120 years to build the ark. People had the time, but were unwilling to change their evil ways. Humanity becomes so perverted and corrupt that no repair was possible. The waters subsided after 365 days in the ark. Noah and his family, along with all, appear and said it would be an eternal sign of the covenant between God and Noah and his descendants and all the earth. That rainbow covenant symbolized a vow that God would never again bring a flood into the world to destroy all flesh. The Almighty reaffirmed to Noah the original 6 laws given to Adam and Eve to regulate human social behavior, the relations between God and individuals and a person to person, and added the 7th law after the flood, hence the 7 laws of Noah. This was a fresh beginning for the world. God loves us all and all his creation absolutely. He gave the 7 laws to protect us from destroying ourselves. The 7 laws are from the foundation for a godly, human, earthly society. People are created in God's image. We are loved. It's said by rabbis and scholars of the Torah and Talmud that they actually see a rainbow is something negative. It means that there is the need for judgment, but there is restraint from on high. The 7 laws of Noah are directly taken from the first of the 5 books of the Torah, which is called Genesis. The Torah is the first and the holiest section of the Bible. These eternal 7 rainbow laws are binding upon all humanity. The descendants of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, who are known as the Jewish people, received stewardship and responsibility of teaching humanity the eternal 7 laws of Noah. Right? Can you see now how an agenda over many a year can create an angle that starts eating away at your children's spirits, the innocence of God's children, yourselves, the lot. And it's all out there to see and read, but people are in too much fear and disbelief. They don't tune into it.